Okay, I'm sure you are as excited as I am. We're getting ready to open and on Pentecost Sunday. It's been a long journey, and I have my mask on because that's what we've all been doing for some time. I'm going to take it off because it will make it a little easier for me to talk. And my camera person, Maggie, is at least 6 feet away from me, so we're okay. I just want to thank you with all my heart for the ways in which you have accommodated each one of yourselves and each other and myself and the church during this very difficult time. We're going to do a little video because people learn in different ways. Sometimes they can read instructions and it's fine. Sometimes people have to hear them and see them. So we're going to do a little video of what to expect when you come on Pentecost Sunday. I hope that you will be gracious to everybody. We're not too sure yet how it's all going to work out, but we'll do everything we can to make it as easy as possible. But in the meantime, let's pray for each other and get ready for our great return.
Good morning. I'm Rudy Buchholz. I've been appointed by Father for the committee that's reopening the church. I want to welcome everyone to our church again, and we will have some new rules and regulations for you to follow, and hopefully they will not be too complicated for anyone. We'll have plenty of people here to assist, and if you have any questions, raise your hand, we'll help you.
When you get out of your car, the very first thing you do is you put on your mask. And when you're coming up to the church, to the front doors is the only entrance. When you come up to the church, make sure going through the parking lot that you walk 6 feet apart from the people next to you. Unless you're family, you can be close, but stay 6 feet apart from everybody else. As you come up to the entrance of the church, walk on the sidewalks, which will be marked, and you will be coming in single file in 2 files. So when you come through the sidewalk, there will be signs. Just before you come into the church, I ask you to read them. They are the instructions that you are to follow when you go into the church. And they will be asking you whether you're allowed to come in. You might have a temperature, you might have been out of the country, but they are instructions that you have to follow before you are given entry into the church. When you get to the door, there will be a helper here at the door, and they will have a sanitizer that they will squirt in your hands. You put out your hands forward, they'll squirt into your hands, you will sanitize your hands, and then this person will direct you to a door where there will be an usher. There will be 3 doors, 1, 2, and 3. And when you get to the door, there will be ushers inside the church. You go towards them. You do not decide where you're going. The usher will tell you where you're going to be seated. Also, as you come in, there will be somebody here counting the number of people who will be coming in. Because when we get to 150, sadly, there will be no more room.
Go to the center door, all the way around the other side of the church, be an usher.
As I mentioned, you will be directed to the doors of the church, and when you come into the church, there will be ushers standing at the front of the church. You are to go towards one of those ushers, depending on which door you enter, and you will be seated, and I'm asking you to go to the place that they tell you. Remember, stay 6 feet apart, and then as you come into the church, they will tell you where to go. You will notice also on this video that the church is sectioned off in pews that you can't enter. But they will tell you when you go into the pew, if you're family, you may sit together. But everybody has to sit in front of a piece of tape that is in the pew so that we remain 6 feet apart. Comes time for communion. There will be an usher at the section. I, the priest, will start at this section here, and I will move to the various sections throughout the church. There will also be a minister of communion at the back of that section. So there will be two movements. Don't worry about which one it is, just go where the usher leads you. When you come forward, I want you to come forward knowing that there is going to be somebody here beside the priest who will once again sanitize your hands. Before you come to that person, remove your mask just a little. Come forward as you normally do, bowing before the Eucharist. Put your hand out as far as you can to keep the distance. Keep your hands flat, one on top of the other. And if you would come forward, then I will drop a host in your hand. Comes led by the usher. Body of Christ. Take off your mask, Jack, first. Body of Christ. Amen. Body of Christ. Amen. And then put your mask back on after you receive. When you come into church, as regards donations, there will be baskets at the entrance, the doors of the church as you come in. As regards music, music will be limited. Eric will sing the responsorial psalm, but you don't sing. You're not asked to join in. And when you come into the church also, there won't be any kneelers in the church. The only gesture or posture that you will have is standing or sitting. I want you to know that when the church is filled, the sanctuary is filled, Sheehan Hall doors will be open, and then people will be directed to Sheehan Hall after the church is filled. Just remember that. The exit strategy is also very simple. There are 3 exit doors. There is one here, one over at Our Lady's side, and then the main doors. We will exit one section at a time, and you must maintain the 6 feet distance. We will exit here. You may go out this door, or you may go back to the main entrance doors and exit there. And then this section, please maintain the 6 feet apart with your masks. There is to be no socializing and stopping and greeting and talking. You're just to go directly to your cars. If you are in Sheehan Hall, you are to exit through the rear entrance of Sheehan Hall. Or you may entrance the main entrance, or leave through the main entrance here, maintaining 6 feet distance. When you do go out the doors, you are to go directly to your cars. No socializing in the parking lot either. You can wave, but there is certainly to be no handshaking, no hugging. It's just maintaining that 6 feet distance.